Day 2 and I'm already procrastinating. Let's talk about getting good at stuff. I present you with Jess's tips for how to get good at anything! Or at least how to get pretty decent. There's this book I have by Barbara Sher. It's called Refuse to Choose, and it's about having a lot of interests and not really being able to pick one particular career path because you want to do all of the things. Barbara calls people with this mindset scanners, and then in the book she further breaks down scanners into categories of scanners, and my category is serial master, which means that I like to get interested in a thing and get really good at it. Then once I'm really good at it, I like to find a new thing to get really good at. So as someone who has gotten really good at a bunch of things, I feel that I'm pretty qualified to talk about how to do it. In my experience, anything you could possibly want to do is exactly the same when it gets down to the little nitty-gritty details. Video blogging is just like astrophysics. I mean, I haven't tried astrophysics, but I would guess if I wanted to do astrophysics, the steps to get there would be the same. So what I'm about to lay out for you today applies to everything. Everything. Step 1. Be really interested in the thing you want to get good at. You can get good at stuff you're not as interested in, but having like an obsessive, almost single-minded fascination with the thing you want to learn and improve upon is going to help. It's gonna push you through those times when you're like, I suck, this is hard. You're not gonna care because you're interested in it. So yeah, whatever is tickling around at the top of your mind is like, ooh, this is an interesting thing, pursue it. You can probably get really good at it. You can still get really good at things you're not as interested in, but you might want to find ways to make it interesting. So if there's something you want to get good at that you're not totally obsessed with, dig around and find the interesting parts, make a list, and focus on that when you're working on it. Step 2 is to just balls to the wall, try it out. When you first start something, you have what the pros call a beginner's mind. You're not fully aware of all the things you can't do. You might watch a tutorial and think, that looks easy, I'll pick it up in no time. Embrace your beginner's mind. Try the shit that you are most interested in trying. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Step 3 is embrace the suck. Your balls to the wall beginner mind try is gonna suck. It's just gonna suck. It's just gonna be awful. You've got perfection in your mind. You want it to come out like this beautiful thing you've seen others do, and it won't. That's good. Jake the dog once said, sucking at something is the first step to being sorta good at something. Step 4, research. I like to do a lot of research before I start trying things, but then once I've tried and sucked, heavy research mode kicks in. Read all the things, watch all the videos, because YouTube has everything on how to do things. And now that you have this heaping ball of suck on your hands, you have some details to dig out, and you can dig through it and say, oh, this isn't good. How do I fix it? Google, Google. That's hard to say really fast. Google, 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 Google. Try it. It's hard. Step 5. Talk to people who are actually doing it. Like everyone you can find who is willing to talk to you about it. Sometimes it'll be hard to find people in your immediate area to talk to. That's what the internet is for. If you can find someone in your immediate vicinity to talk to about it, that's even better because then the two of you can like mind meld in person. But if not, that research you're doing, if it's a blog post, comment on it. If it's a video, comment on it. If it's a forum, comment on it. Post your own shit. Post your heaping ball of suck and say, what advice do you have for making this better? Other people are your best resource because none of the crap surrounding us that isn't already like a tree or water was made by other people, and they had to figure out how to do it too. Reading about people's processes are interesting. Find people doing the thing you're interested in and find out how they go about doing it. What's their daily routine like? And step 6 is to start giving your own advice. Even if you still think you suck, try to teach other people. When you're teaching other people, you're gonna learn 2 things. Number 1, you're gonna learn how much you already know, because your students are gonna be like, how do I do this, teacher, blah blah blah, and you're gonna be like, oh well, that's easy, you just do blah blah blah. But then you're also gonna learn what you don't know yet, because your students are gonna be like, how do I do this, teacher, blah blah blah, and you're gonna be like, so then you add that to your list of stuff you need to Google, Google, Google when you go home, and you Google it, and now you're a better doer of the thing you're interested in. So there you go. Those are all of my tips for getting really good at things. That's all for me for today. I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.